Hey everybody, Curtis and the Bear here, and today we're at Epcot for something special.
A vegan and wine tasting.
So, vegan wine pairing.
And it's only like $30. They do them throughout the entire festival. There's a vegetarian one that's coming up soon too.
So we're going to check this out, see what they got. So we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
Hi everyone, welcome. To welcome many of you back. Absolutely love that you've chosen this special time to join us here. And you don't know yet just how blessed you are because you already have blessing one. You're in the cool. And that's a beautiful thing. And number two, you have a most delicious glass of Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley. You're going to get to learn all about the magic behind Siduri. And I'm so excited in just a moment to introduce you to Michael Jordan, who is going to be your tour guide, whisking you away to this beautiful wine region that is just producing a Pinot Noir with a difference. But wait, there's more. The next blessing is that in just about 15-20 minutes, you're going to have a dish that will be placed before you, a dish that has been designed to pair with this beautiful Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. A dish that is loaded with flavor, actually layers and layers of flavor, and a dish that has been prepared for you, designed for you by none other than Chef Bradley Kilgore. He comes to us from his amazing, honestly, restaurant empire in Miami, and we're so thrilled that he is here with us and bringing us just a taste of some of the incredible things that he does with his restaurants, with his creativity, with really, again, back to that layering of flavoring that happens in each and every dish, all about hospitality, all about the experience, which you're going to experience in this next 45 minutes. Sip on the wine as we're talking. The only thing we ask that you maybe save a sip or two, just a sip or two, so that when the dish is served to you, you have an opportunity to have that food and wine pairing experience. And we just have fun times ahead. You may have questions, as you do, as they come to mind, get our attention, or keep them in mind, and we'll try to get to those towards the end. Once we're done, you'll have an opportunity right outside to meet and greet both Michael and Bradley, and opportunity to ask them questions, get your recipe signed, or get a photo. But right now, you need to get to meet them. Bradley Kilgore, almost from the get-go, achieved amazing notoriety, I would say, as he really did kind of come onto the scene incredibly so. Born in Kansas City, he has worked his culinary magic from Chicago to Italy, and now finding his home in Miami. Opened some incredible restaurants in Chicago, working first with Millennia, and then opening his own restaurants, and immediately receiving awards like 3 Michelin Star Awards, immediately getting acclaim for Best New Restaurant, moved to Miami, and that's where I actually first started to get to know him, because he was reigning over the incredible food of Azul at the beautiful Mandarin Oriental, but then broke out and moved into a very cool artsy neighborhood and started opening his restaurants there. And again, has been acclaimed now from everything from by Food and Wine magazine as the best chef in America, James Beard Award nominated. The list goes on and on and on. Michael Jordan, I could equally talk about for the next 5 minutes, because he is not only a master sommelier, which is just an incredible thing. I think there's 124, 170, we'll find out from him now, across the globe. But in addition to that, he's also a certified wine educator, one of only 15 people across the planet that have both of those designations. He is an executive chef himself, but then went on to really bring the wine and food pairing to excellence. He was the one that ran our incredible Napa Rose restaurant out at Disneyland Resort for years, formed and established the platform for our entire entire wine program here at the Disney World properties. He literally travels the globe helping people to understand the incredible principles of fine wines. He represents the incredible fine wines of the Jackson family estates, and he is an advocate for this incredible wine today, Siduri. How about a huge food and wine welcome for Michael Jordan and Chef Robert Kilgore. We need you both. We've got things to talk about. I could go on and on. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Yes. Here I was thinking a hand slap for the basketball, right? So good.
Thank you for having us.
Love you all being here. And again, could talk on and on just about what you've done, but I love the magic that you've done today. That you've come together, tasting the wine,
Absolutely.
you tasting the dish to say, we're going to make some magic happen here, which isn't so easy to do with what you're getting ready to have, which is a vegan dish, no animal protein whatsoever.
Correct.
So very fun.
Thank you, Pam.
No.
Wonderful introductions. You were so
I know,
kind.
right? I need to take her around everywhere.
Okay, that could be arranged. That could be arranged. Just feed me. I'll introduce for food.
We can
Yes.
figure that out. For sure.
Well, we want to, we certainly want to thank everybody and welcome you here. I mean, Epcot International Food and Wine Festival has been going on for quite some time, and it's just getting better and better.
Aw.
You know, you would think they've been around the world of wine so many times over the years. What is left to do? Oh, just hold on, buddy. You're in store for a delicious pairing today. We've got one of the greatest chefs on the planet here, and I know we've got a pretty good wine in the bottle for you, and it's in your glass. If I can, let's start
Yes.
talking about wine. And you know, as Pam said, please don't be shy. Go ahead and sip, smell, taste your wine. Just leave a little bit for when the dish arrives to pair with the dish. But I promise, I'll sound a whole lot better the more you drink. For sure.
But you still gotta keep that last bit.
You need,
Yes.
need some for the food, okay?
Gotta do
But as we're going to talk about the wine, it's always fun to have a
Yes.
little bit there to smell,
Sure.
taste, and enjoy. And before we get too far gone, I want to propose a toast to everybody here.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud. Salud.
Chindan.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, there you go. I love that
You already
sound.
sound
Don't
great,
you?
Mike.
I know it.
It's working.
The reason that we clink glasses
So delicious.
is because we want the wine to engage all of your senses. Yeah. So we see it. It's a beautiful color, translucent ruby, pretty amazing. Pinot Noir always has a gorgeous translucent color, and it's beautiful. It has a perfumed nose. Pinot Noir usually does. It's known for almost like potpourri, dried rose petals, and red berries and cherries, and maybe some black cherries and things like that. And then beautiful spices and baking spices like clove and cardamom you might get out of Pinot Noir. And then earthy aromas and flavors like even fresh, clean mushroom. I know that sounds weird in a wine, but Pinot Noir is pretty famous for actually getting that little layer of that earthiness in it as well. But we see it, we smell it, we taste it, we touched it, but you got to listen pretty hard for that wine to speak to you. That's why we clink our glasses
Oh, I love
for the
that.
sound, so that wine we can enjoy with all of our senses. That's
I'll never
why we
clink
clink.
a glass
Yeah.
again without
Right, I
thinking
never-
of that and
never
thinking
put
of
that
you.
together.
Thank you.
So cheers to all.
Yes.
And today we're enjoying the Siduri Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley. And this is in Oregon. Has anybody here ever been to Willamette or wine country in Oregon? Awesome. Okay, so you folks know. Those of you that haven't, this is one of the most amazing and interesting wine regions in the entire planet, and it was created in a very dramatic way many years ago. I was as little as I can barely remember. Back in the last ice age, there was this lake
Just
the
a little-
size
little
of
lad word.
Montana,
Yes.
a lake the size of the state of Montana, locked in ice. And a cataclysmic event occurred that caused one of the walls to break, a 200-foot tall flood. Wall of water, 200 feet. We got about 20 feet here at the ceiling here. 200-foot wall of water came and it grinded out the Columbia River Valley, created that valley and the Columbia River. And as it was grinding the walls on the sides of the valley and taking trees and woolly mammoths and anything else in its way out to the Pacific. The Willamette Valley was, it's a river that flows north up into the Columbia River, and there's a little valley, and that became a temporary lake. And as that water was spinning very slowly like an eddy, it was dropping boulders the size of this room and lots of rocks and gravel and sand and woolly mammoth teeth and all kinds of stuff. And that was what created the earth and the soils and rocks in this valley, which now when you visit there, there's all kinds of different types of land, and they create different areas where wine actually tastes different when you grow on the same grape, and it tastes different because you're growing on different types of land.
Terroir, right?
Terroir.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's a brief introduction of the valley. Siduri, I love the name. Siduri was the Babylonian goddess of wine. That's a pretty cool name for a wine. And Adam Lee was the man and his wife Diana that created this wine, this brand. And you know, he was brilliant because he's a gifted, amazing winemaker that can make really delicious wines. But he did not want to invest in buying vineyards. He went to the 10, 15 best vineyards in the state of California and begged for a tiny bit of wine to buy so he could make wine from the best vineyards in the land, which he did. And so it's become a darling of restaurateurs and sommeliers across the country, across the globe. And you know, he was making like 30 or 40 little tiny bits of wine. A few years back, he sold his brand to Jackson Family, but he stays on to run it, manage it, make wine, and be the guiding force there. But now he has access to some vineyards that he didn't have before.
Yes.
Is that negociant? Is that what that is? When you're pulling grapes from different areas, negociant wine?
Yes, it's like a negociant concept, but negociant actually, good question. Negociant actually takes the made wine from people and go to sell it.
Correct.
Or put a label on it. This guy's buying grapes, so he is actually a vintner. He's a winemaker. And so he has a winery, but he doesn't own vineyards. But great question.
Well, my whole idea is that, you know, I'm not a sommelier, like I'm a chef, so I don't know how to read.
Great chef.
I don't know how to read every bottle perfectly, right? There's always a lot of words thrown in there.
Yeah.
Vineyard Tab and different AOCs and etc. So that was my question.
I love it. Well, and that's
Good
what
question.
we're here to entertain and educate. And we're ambassadors of flavor up here because we're going to bring you delicious stuff.
So it was really good. It did taste very smoky, and I love the carrots a lot. I love the Pinot a lot too. Ooh, that's like really full-bodied and light. I like that a lot.
I would say it's a nice little adventure. It's like a one-course tasting with the wine, but they walk through the whole story of the whole dish, both the wine and the vegan carrots with the harissa sauce. Tell you how to eat it, how they prefer you eat it. It's a nice little experience for, what you said, $30 a person. I'd say, you know, for a little break out of the sun, it's definitely worth it. Wasn't really hard to get the reservation. I give the kids 4 out of 5 plus. Hello everybody, Princess the Bear here, and we just finished with our wine pairing tasting experience.
Vegan and wine, I think is what they call it.
I like that. Vegan and wine.
Vegan and wine.
We should have called our videos that. Why did you guys tell us that? Vegan and wine.
and
Food
wine.
and wine is... Vegan and wine's such a better title.
It is.
Ah, missed opportunity.
Anyway, was it worth the $30? I'm gonna say yes. We got some great cooking tips for home.
And a recipe.
A recipe, a plate, and 1 glass of wine. Though I felt like I should have gotten more, but Bear is right when he tells me that, you know, you buy a glass of wine out here at the festival, it's $8 to $10. So
Yeah, when you break down the price, you got like a little small tapas plate like you get here at Food and Wine. You got a wine taste,
$10,
quote unquote.
That's $20.
It's like 9 to 10, 8 to 10 for each, and then another $10 for story time and a talk.
It's fair.
Compared to the price of most things at Disney, it's probably not
Very
that bad.
reasonable, I would agree. And I'm gonna go to those restaurants.
Yeah,
I want to go to those restaurants.
His restaurant sounded really interesting.
Yeah.
But the structure of the whole thing's a bit weird. You come in and they just start talking for like straight 30 minutes, but they want you to eat while they're talking, but you're trying to pay attention. That could use some improvement, maybe a little bit of tweaking.
The fact that they give you your glass of wine when you walk in, and then when they start the presentation,
They're like,
they
"Oh,
say,
don't drink it all."
don't finish it. Well, why can't I have seconds?
Yeah.
But again, to his point, $10 for a glass of wine, $10 for a plate, $10 for a talk. All right, I'll go with it.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. I don't regret it.
I appreciate it. It's the first time that we have ever done a food and wine event, just
Yeah.
period, in the years and years and years we've been coming at Epcot Food and Wine Festival. So, yeah.
You guys might be able to convince us to do one again. If you do want to, you know where to do it. The comments are
Yes.
somewhere down there.
Yes.
You'll find
Comment.
it. Let us know what you think. Did you guys like the presentation? Do you think it was a bit lacking? Do you think it was worth the price? I want to hear from you guys.
And subscribe.
You heard the girl.